Sorry if this sounds familiar if you were at the Grammy presentations tomorrow. Yesterday. God, she's going well. I'm here to talk about how we redid our collection online and took inspiration from non-museum sites like Netflix. So we're an artist-run organisation. We're a place to make, exhibit and debate art. And this year is our 250th birthday. So we're known for our blockbuster loan exhibitions, but now we're opening up with free spaces for art and architecture, and with our collection on display for the first time. But in 2018, we can't just do this within the walls of the buildings. So we've relaunched our collection online too. The collection is full of weird and wonderful things. It's not an encyclopedic collection, it's full of artist materials, as you can see there, letters, notes from our whole 250 years of history. There's paintings, sculptures, and a little Michelangelo in the corner there. But how could we grab the attention of audiences unfamiliar with what a collection even is? So we started by thinking about who that audience might be. We knew how to serve our expert and committed audiences. We've done a lot of audience research over the last few years, and we know that our committed expert researchers are obviously dedicated to kind of finding all those nuggets of information, and our committed exhibition audience are incredibly engaged in our story. But this audience was new for us. They're a younger audience, they're curious, but they're not very confident in their art knowledge, and they're largely coming to us for those blockbuster exhibitions, but not for inspiration or entertainment. They have less time, they're less engaged, they aren't searching out for this content, and they're only using our site to plan a visit. So they need to be tempted in. So we tested some different approaches. We tested something that was more theme-based, and also something that was more timeline-based, kind of trying to track our whole history. And time and again, we heard they didn't want to do things online that felt like school. They didn't want to learn. We needed to find a way to capture their interest while not asking too much of them. And did they really need to learn? It's something that's quite hard for us as an organisation to come to terms with, but maybe we could be comfortable with a lighter entry point for this audience, and one that played to our collection's strengths, making use of the non-encyclopedic nature and putting on other factors. And one which was generous with our users, not requiring that deep engagement from them. So we looked at their current online behaviours outside of the museum world. They were using things like YouTube, Netflix, Spotify, things that were constantly suggesting the next piece of content to them, and what kept coming out is that they really enjoyed that wormhole, that place where they kind of got lost for hours in content that was unexpected, and was constantly suggesting things that they didn't think they would be interested in. Ooh, okay. But how could we translate that to the visual arts? Obviously a video platform is very different from someone who's engaging with 2D objects, but maybe we could find something in that lightness and that kind of suggested content. So we developed this. It's a visual explorer. It contains all the works that we have images that we're allowed to show online from our collection, and it ties them together with the keywords in the database, as well as other bits of information. So the same time period, the same artist, the same medium, all sorts of different things. And it creates this kind of immersive environment. It's actually a module that can sit in any page of our website, so you can kind of slot it in wherever you like. It's not something that we're kind of hiding within the collection. And it makes best use of our collection and those kind of weird connections across the whole 250 span. So, we've placed it in every object page as well as on our artist pages. And we're finding that people are coming across works they've never seen before. And that's not just our users, it's also our staff. So we keep hearing that people are coming across their new favourite artwork, both internally and externally. And this is how we're using the keywords. And the good thing about this is that it brings up things that are not just kind of things you can see in the artwork, but also sort of emotional things. So whether that's pain or joy or kind of fun, you can kind of find new ways in that really kind of speak to people's personal experiences. And this is how you can see a bit more here, where they're coming through colour and things like paint. And that really shows kind of the span of work of you've got things here that were made within the last 100 years and also much older. So how's it going? Well, we've had some really lovely feedback from our users. They're definitely losing time to the site, however happy they are about that. And moving on, we are looking to find ways to make that experience smoother and lighter, convert more of our exhibition audience, so finding those points in their kind of current online journeys, we can grab them out and pull them into something, really tempt them in with a light nugget of a visual, and improving our mobile experience, as well as bringing it into the gallery spaces. But really it's about this. It's about asking for less and giving more, and using that as an opportunity to reach new audiences and fulfill our mission of championing art and artists.